Hey y'all. So today I wanted to get on here and show you guys my sketchbook. Kind of like a little mini review thing, and then we'll get into sketching later. This is a sketchbook that I made, and it's a lot similar to the one that I had a while ago, but I think it's very cool. On the first page, I really like to do like creature design stuff, and I love things like this that have like the spindly limbs and legs and just all that stuff. I love creature design. I love all that. It's like I really like it's what I draw most of the time. So then on the right we have I got a lot of excuse me. I got a lot of inspiration from Pinterest for this one. I saw something kind of similar, and then I like put my own little spin on it. I really like feminine characters. I like to draw them. I think the silhouette is really like cool, and I this might be censored. I'm not sure. I don't want to get attacked, but I really do like it. On the left, we have something that probably looks familiar if you've seen The Ritual, like the movie. I always liked the creature monster design that it has, like with the person looking thing up top, and then like the fingers on the upper arms that look like that. Well, they look like fingers and they're the actual horns. I think that's really cool. So on the right, some of you may notice that it is Vessel, the lead singer from Sleep Token. I really like Sleep Token. A lot of people like it just because of like memes and stuff, but I actually do like their music, and my friend got me into their music, so to thank her for that. But I really like their whole vibe and the masks and stuff, and I like how this one turned out. And because I'm not usually drawing people, but I do think it turned out good. There might be a slight thing that you notice on this page, but we're going to start on the left. I really like analog horror, and I wanted to start something myself on it, and I've been planning stuff for a while, and I've been sketching stuff out. Stuff like this that I do with like planning stage stuff is more bare, but I think it's fine because it's just a sketchbook. But it's like just things that like blend into uh the trees, and I like you can barely see. I think it's really cool. So then on the right we have this. I did charcoal on it, and it does not rub off, and I'm very surprised. But very simple, but I like it. This one is another thing of the analog horror that I wanted. It would be like hanging between two buildings, and it's got a brain in the back of its throat and no eyes, just like a big mouth on the head, and it's very cool. I really like it, and like the skin will hangs down. I really like how it turned out, and in like this world that I'm creating, the buildings would be all dilapidated, and it would just be like hanging in between them, and you're walking down the street and you just see it, and it's just really weird. So this is the point where I had to look for my pencil, and I really like these pencils. These are the kind that I use. I love mechanical pencils. These are just like the Papermate ones that I got from Walmart, but I think they're really good. So what I'm actually sketching is a doll that I'm going to customize. I want to go into like the dolls that I've customized already, but I already wanted to like plan for what I was going to make next. I have an idea for a series that I want to do of dolls to customize, where it's a different like dragons of different colors. This is going to be the red one, and for the red one, I wanted to include a lot of like fiery details that you'll see later. Initially, I just wanted to get the silhouette down, and I don't know if all of them are going to be women, but I just kind of defaulted to like girls, especially because I use like Monster High dolls. And like male ones of those are few and far between, so I'll probably just do a default to a female. You can see there that I erased it because the body was kind of at a weird angle, so I just went ahead and erased it and just started over. Uh, the silhouette, I don't know. I didn't have really a plan for this. I knew vaguely what I wanted to do, specifically with the horns and the eyes, because I sketched those out firsthand that I kept referring back to, but I didn't have any like specifics and stuff. So this was just like off brain, off rip. So Again, I just wanted to get the silhouette down before I really started to do the details. The pose I didn't have an idea for. I just kind of started drawing, and that's like now I'm drawing the hand that goes on her hip, and it just kind of ended up in this like kind of walking like powerful ish like thing. And for this dragon's like personality, it's the red dragon, so I obviously like wanted to do fire as like the element, and so she would have a very fiery personality, and I feel like she would be very confident. Um, this I am not a master of anatomy. I more focus on if I think it looks cool than anatomical accuracy in my sketches personally, but that's just a me thing. Here's where I started to sketch the hair. I really do like drawing hair. Uh, I don't do hair very realistically, not all the time anyway. But I just love like the flowiness of the hair and like it's just the look of it. Like in general, I think it looks very cool and it like either makes or breaks a piece really. Um, so the hair, I usually use yarn on my dolls, but that is very like one texture unless you like really like manhandle it. Not really, but I wanted to start ordering actual like nylon doll hair, so which is like $15 for like a bit like a I can't remember the word, but like for like strands of it that you can like reroute into a doll's head. I've never done rerouting, so I'm excited to like jump into it. And when I do customize dolls, I want to start filming it because I've made 6 dolls in total. So here you saw that I wanted to make her fingernails pointy, and this is where I started to draw the chest area. Uh, the Monster High dolls they have some different body types. I don't really pay attention to body type now in like the planning stages. I just go off of how the doll like in the process of making it, how the design fits. I do have some exceptions, but it's mostly I'm picking the ones that have a similar skin tone to what I want the doll's finished product to be. Like if I want to paint the doll a green, I want the skin tone to be green, like on the base doll before I like, customize it. So like the joints and if anything scratches off, it won't be too noticeable. This I had to refer back to some planning I had beforehand, and I did have a fan blowing in the room, so that's why the pages were blowing. This is where I started to draw her horns. This is the aspect that I had planned. I wanted her to have kind of the signature dragon horns, like just the normal kind of wavy, like looking horns. And then this is where I drew clothes, actually on her because I didn't like want to get in any trouble with it. But I didn't have any real ideas for her clothes. I know I wanted to have these like flame tattoos ish things on her, like on her arms, on her legs, but I didn't have an idea for clothing. I just kind of did like the bare minimum and just kept adding on to it. And this is all very well like subject to change as I like go on and actually like do the actual doll, because how my dolls work, I have an idea in my head and maybe I draw it, but it's not like it's very much not final. Uh, Here I wanted to add a like waistcoat type thing. I do really like these on dolls, but I didn't. Again, I didn't have a plan for what I wanted it to look like. Just a basic shape, and then I started to just do the shading on like the actual just like skin. And there's another one of those flame like detail things. I wanted them to be probably want them to be black, if not black, then like a darker red. Um, I think they'll look cool. And I'm probably will not do this many flame designs on her. I just kind of want to get a general vibe. Because there's ones on her arms, one on her legs, and then later on I do flame detailing on her little waistcoat thing. You can see here I'm drawing scales on her arms, or start to, because I'm not going to scale their entire bodies, because that's just like a tedious process, but I am going to have scales like showing every little bit on her body, like on her arms, on her shoulders, and eventually like I draw them on her legs. And I wanted them to be black, so like it would look like rock jutting out of her like skin, out of her like fiery skin. This is where I did the flame detailing on the waistcoat. I don't know if I'm going to keep it. I probably will, but there's just going to be a lot of flames on her, which she is going to be a fire dragon, but it may be a little too much. I did the scales on her calves here. This is also around the time that I was thinking about what I wanted the actual spikes to look like. And this is where I started to shade in the ends of the limbs, because I really do like that look. I do that on a lot of my sketches, especially in like past sketchbooks where I'll like make the limbs fade into like black or gray, because I think that looks really cool. I was doing more shading here. I kind of tend to do shading like all throughout. I don't do it at the very end. I do it like just in between stuff, just all throughout the process. This is where I started to sketch wings. I'm not positive I'm going to do wings on them, and if I do, they'll be small unless I just decide to do big wings, but it's not a guarantee that they'll have wings in general. I would like to experiment, but I'm not sure yet. I still did want to like sketch out the wings to see what they would look like if I did, and then again I made them kind of like fade into black. I did want them to be a little tattered. I might make the top like finger bone thing a little longer. It looks kind of weird, or to me at least, but everything is still subject to change just because this is not probably how the final doll is going to look, but it's just, again, a general concept. I wanted the wings to be like that wingy skin texture, so trying to like show that by shading it in. I do want them to have tails. I didn't put it in her initial design, but I do want them to have tails. I wanted this one to give like a little like flame on the tip, like Charmander Charizard thing. And then I wanted these I want these spikes on her tail and her spine to look more like rocks, like they're like sticking out of like magma, and that's where I decided that I wanted to have the scales on her arms and legs like be black too, or fade into black at least, because I think that looked really cool. And I did not finish the shading on the tail because I just thought of that and I wanted to do that before I continued. So just a little more shading here and there, and then that's when I actually got into shading the tail. I probably will not have the tails armatured because I do like to have like movable aspects in my dolls, but it's not always a possibility because I don't have all the resources I need to. This is where I started to do the eyes. I also planned on how I wanted the eyes to look on all the dolls because I wanted them all to have like different shaped eyes and different eye like makeup and stuff. These eyes are, I think they're more cousins than they are sisters, but hey, it's okay. I just kind of tweak them throughout to make them look more like each other, but they're definitely not twins. But I feel like it's okay because it's a lot easier to, in my opinion, to replicate the eyes on like a physical surface like the doll's face when I'm actually doing it instead of on paper. I don't know why that is. I just think it's a lot easier. I do want all my dolls, or most of them in this series, to have defined eye makeup because I really do like that. I think I have it on all my dolls so far, if not all, then most. They have like not heavy, but like noticeable eye makeup because I really like the look of the bold like lashes and the eyeliner. This is where I decided, or was trying to decide, if I wanted them to have ears. I think I do because I like how the ears are on the dolls. My first doll that I did, I extended her ears to like end in a point, and they're like longer than the usual like Monster High doll ears, and I think she looks really good, especially when you can see them through the hair. But I liked them on her, so I think I was gonna do them on here. I do think they're gonna look good. This is where I started sketching like her jewelry or just like ideas that I wanted for her jewelry. Uh, all of this is again very much subject to change because it is very weird making jewelry on dolls. But I know I wanted her to have like a necklace thing, and then these is like concepts for her bracelets. Again, it's all like very fiery. I'm probably gonna include some gold in her design, and then like red ruby gems, all that, like the red shining gems, especially in her earrings, which I'm drawing right now. I wanted them to be dangly. I kind of want the jewelry to be like kind of chunky, but not like too like big. But I do want them to be gold and rubies primarily. I was thinking of any more ideas that I had. I think this is where I started to kind of run out. But just some final shading all across the board. Just kind of making some last minute touch ups, and then I'm done. Well, I want to thank you guys for watching. Here's the final product. Say what you would have done different, say what you like about it. Like, subscribe, do all the bits. Thanks for watching.